in 2016, we did another extraordinary show that I'm immensely proud of, a musical based on the life of Josephine Baker called simply Josephine. The opening number of the show is called Too Hot, and interestingly, it was the finale. And in previews, we made it the opening number, which is set in the Folies Bergère, and you can see the frame beautifully designed by W.W.II. The whole show is framed by the Folies Bergère, and it's a big opening number where all of the iconography about Josephine Baker is, the performance iconography is there. The famous banana dress that she created, the showgirls and showboys all around her doing a number that's quite provocative and sensual and captures a kind of cutting edge vibe that she had and that the French went crazy for. So, and that number kind of sets up her spectacular success as a performer. And then we watch in the show how she actually got there. She was born at the beginning of the 20th century in grinding poverty in St. Louis, Missouri, and married at a very, very young age as a teenager, but had an instinct for performance, which her mother hated, and got herself into a couple of Broadway shows. Shuffle Along was one of them. But she really just hated the experience of racism in America, of course, and seized the opportunity to go to Paris, and she became an emblem of the jazz age. Everyone was obsessed with her. Picasso painted her, everybody. I mean, she really represented a new kind of cultural fusion. And during World War II, she became a member of the French Resistance and became a very effective member. I mean, messages written on her music in invisible ink. She would smuggle stuff in her underwear so people, didn't search her. And she, after the war, De Gaulle absolutely loved her, and she was honored with the Legion of Honor. And at the March on Washington, she talked about how she's been to palaces and met with kings and princes, but only in America can a hotel refuse to serve her a cup of coffee. So always had this contentious relationship with America, and she gave up her citizenship and became French. Our musical focuses only on the 4 years in Paris when the Nazis have occupied Paris.
Boys, here I am, the one you're waiting for. One taste of me, and you'll be wanting more. What's that rhythm? Hits my hips, lock the door.
4 years of the Nazi occupation of Paris is the frame of the story. The end of Act One is the moment where the Nazis arrive in Paris and close down the Folies Bergère and seize Josephine's house. And in the course of that, of the show, we see her have a number of relationships, including with the Crown Prince of Sweden, which causes all kinds of complications, as you could imagine. But the prince has said, look, we can never marry. I want to have an affair with you. I want to be involved with you, but I can't be seen publicly with you. And it brings out all of her insecurities, all of the things that she left in the United States, all of the things that make her feel less than, because she's black and because she's a woman.
I've hit the skids before and held on to the wheel. I may not be a kid anymore.
Fräulein, your identity papers?
I am Josephine Baker. If you need proof, buy a ticket to the Folies Bergère. The midnight sun, those diamond stars above, hung one by one, conspired to make the world anew into a wonderland. Your eyes intoxicate, your touch is wine. My heart has found a voice no longer mine.
We had also another extraordinary actress in Josephine, actress-singer, Lynette Dupree, who played Bricktop, a character who ran one of the most famous clubs in Paris, American woman, became very, very close friends with Josephine. In the second act, after the Nazis have shut everything down, Josephine is with Bricktop and her dresser assistant, played by Matt McGee, and they are trying to figure out how to actually move forward. Josephine feels that love is a dead end, and Bricktop gets fed up with trying to give advice to Josephine or give advice to anybody, because no one actually listens to her when she speaks so forcefully the truth. And this is that song in that moment where the world stops and we hear what's going on in Bricktop's head. So listen, please enjoy the amazing Lynette Dupree in Nobody's Listening from Josephine.
And then he says, I'd like to introduce you to my new singer, Serafina.
A man dropped dead in here last night.
And then she says, I came out of the womb saying, that's his headliner? A singing fetus? I'm telling you, I don't know how I controlled myself from tearing that bitch limb from limb.
Ain't it amazing? Ain't it amazing how crazy most folks are? I've seen them coming, I've seen them going from the backside of my bar. There's that prissy miss, all high and mighty, can't tell diamonds from a lump of coal. There's that sad sack fool who goes to bed hungry when the food's laying right in his bowl. It's so amusing, it's all so amusing how people miss the point. I've had to listen to a lot of that missing from a bar stool at my joint. Yeah, they cozy all up after one or two drinks, ask for a double, hold the ice, tell me their troubles, asking what I think, but they never wanna hear the advice. Nice little handgun. I put a bullet in my brain before their problem becomes my problem, 'cause that's just flat insane. No, I ain't your priest and I sure ain't your mama, and God is pretty busy up there. So don't write me into your heartbroken drama. For Christ's sake, don't make me care. Ooh, ooh-wee. Whole damn world's deaf as can be. Ain't